Hey everybody, here I have a data pack that I created but did not come up with. This came from JMan146 who was looking at a armor sets data pack. So you have a single piece of armor that when you put it on, it puts on other pieces of armor as well. So in this data pack, you want us to be able to specify what armor pieces go with other ones. For his, you'd have a chest plate or similar piece, and when you put it on, you maybe like get a full leather armor or just any particular armor that you specify. So I decided I wanted to give it a stab myself and try it with something that was more items first instead of changing the data pack. So the item itself contains all information about each piece of armor that comes along with it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a full set as well. So for example, here I have a diamond chest plate, which has a diamond helmet that comes with it. So if I give myself this, it looks normal. It's just regular. You can change it if you want, but you put it on, and boom, you have a helmet. Of course, this helmet comes with unbreakable, binding, and vanishing, just so that you can't mess with it. But that there is changeable. You take it off, put it on. Doesn't matter how fast you put it on or off. If you do it through the dispenser, works perfectly fine. A fun feature that this data pack has as well is that it does detect collisions with other sets. So for example, if I have this leggings, which also gives me a helmet, and I put it on, I can't put on the chest plate. It says there the chest armor piece conflicts with existing armor. So I can't put that on. If I take this off, put this on, same goes for this. I can't put this on. So that's just a fun feature that comes with this, but it doesn't conflict with pieces that don't actually overlap. So for example, put this off to the side. This leggings gives you boots as well, and that does not conflict with your chest piece. So you can kind of just put them on and off. They don't interfere with each other. Yeah, that's about it. These ones here, you can kind of swap them back and forth. And all of this is done entirely within the item itself. So you can set the particular data, and I'll go over that later. Here is an example of just how easy it is to manipulate this, or how much range you have when changing this. Here's a spacesuit. Entire spacesuit itself is completely customizable, so you can see that it holds all the information, including like lore and text on it. You can also hide, like you set the hide flag so that you don't see the enchantments or the unbreakable sections of it. And yeah, so these pieces you can put right here. You can put whatever you want in these item slots as well. And one last feature as well is if you have just regular armor on, for example, here's a full chain set, it will take them off for you, just like in his data pack. So I put on this full set, and it takes off all your armor. It doesn't delete it. It will technically summon it next to you, so you pick it up immediately. But if your inventory is full, at least it won't disappear. And for example, if I put on this, it won't take off the other unnecessary pieces, just like that. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Can't put on this chest plate because it interferes with that. Just showing that off. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole data pack. So now I'm going to show how to actually use this data pack. The installation, of course, is just drag and drop. It'll reload it if you're still in. It'll take care of the rest. You'll see a little message saying that it's loaded in. But to actually use the data pack, I have like a step-by-step included in the data pack itself called info.txt, and I'll go through that with you. So it's kind of going through an iterative process. I'm going to show you like step by step how to like what data to set, so it doesn't seem a bit overwhelming. I get a chance to explain all the different parts to why you have to set what you have to set. So at the beginning, I'll show this like a /give command. You want to set the NBT of your item to like armor sets. Just set it to a compound. That's going to be the working structure for this entire data pack. Inside there, you want to set the type to major. This is important because if it's set to minor, that's how the data pack flags those secondary pieces, and I wouldn't want to mess with that. So just set it to major, and that's a good way to flag it. The second part is giving it a set ID. This is a little not a little bit complicated, but just one thing to keep in mind is that similar pieces of armor in the same slot, for example, differences between chest plates, have to have a different set ID. If they overlap, then if you swap them back and forth, like clicking your chest plate and swapping it with another chest plate, it won't recognize change. So you want to make sure that between chest plates, these set IDs are different. But for example, a boots armor set and a leggings armor set can have the same ID. But I mean, best practice, just make that as unique as possible. Make sure there's no overlap, however you decide to do that. So here's the /give command, just setting these two bits of data to type in a set ID. And for the rest of the file, I do just kind of spread it out like this to make the formatting a little bit easier to read. So this is the same as this. So armor sets, compound, set, and type. Now, the way we specify the different items in the armor set, not the main piece like the chest plate, but all the other pieces that extend from it. So what we do is we set the compound replacements, and inside there we can set every single item. So the four combinations that you can set inside there, or the four different items, is head, chest, legs, and feet, respectively. Of course, ignoring the actual functional piece itself. So like your chest plate, and you want it to give you a head piece, you just set the head tag. Inside here, this compound is the same as would be the item tag in an item entity. So all of this here is everything that the item contains, including the ID, durability, damage, not durability, display name, stuff like that would just be set in here. Enchantments is a big one. I want to set that here. So for example, in this case here, you have a piece of armor, and it puts a glass block on your head. That's what's going on here. And here's it prettied up a bit. So for the headpiece, it's a glass block, and it's called a helmet. It says it's part of a spacesuit, and it also has the hide flags to hide the enchantment, the unbreakable tag, and other information as well. So I provide here the entire /give command to that. And of course, for fun, as you saw before, here's the entire NBT for the spacesuit. So same thing you've seen before. We have the spacesuit. This is for the chest plate, so it's called the spacesuit, and it says so in the lore. And then replace the head with a glass block. Blah blah blah. Iron leggings for the legs. Same idea. And iron boots. So it's as easy as that. You set this to an item, and it works. You don't need to modify anything. You just kind of plop it in. And here's of course the entire give command, which is, as you can see, very long, which is fine. But you can't put this in the chat, but you can put it in command block or Datapack. And so that's how you use it. That's all you have to do. It's just setting each individual item, and that's all there is. There's no extra steps. I do have some extra information as well for people who want to get technical or want to work around some things. So by default, any item that you include in here, for example, these iron boots right here, are guaranteed to contain the unbreakable tag, the vanishing curse, and the binding curse, so that you can't mess with them directly. But you can override that. So the way you do is, you can see the paths here. All you have to do is inside these tags, just add override underscore, and you can see there binding, unbreaking, or unbreakable, and vanishing. So if you set one of those, set it to 1B, it will be guaranteed to not contain the binding enchantment or curse, I guess. In case you want to do that, it's not recommended because, of course, if it breaks while you're wearing it, you might get some weird behavior. It should break the data pack, but it's a bit odd. One thing to keep in mind in this data pack is that there is no functionality for keeping data in the minor pieces of armor. So for example, if you were to take off the unbreakable tag from your boots and you got 50% damage all the way through, once you take off the armor set and put it back on, it does not remember that. So that's something to keep in mind. As well as there is a bug in creative mode. I think it's a server, like a client-side desync. I'm not sure what's going on, but in creative, if you put on and take off armor really quickly, sometimes it doesn't update your leggings and your pants. I am very certain that this is a Minecraft side issue, but I don't think it's going to get fixed because, as you know, they're changing around how MBT works. So let's see if that's reproducible when that comes along. But that's about it. That's all there is to this data pack, and I hope If anyone uses it, they find it useful, but I just thought it was a fun project to work on. So thank you.